All right, good morning. Shabbat Shalom. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens, patrons, my brothers and sisters. Listen, I do not know for the life of me why polygyny constantly is asked of me over and over and over again by people who simply are just not qualified to be able to take care of an additional Ishaya. I just don't get it. I really, truly don't get it. You know, let me lay something out here, okay? All right. If you're not taking care of your principal family, if you're struggling to make ends meet, if you are not a responsible man that myself and the elders can see that you got this, you literally got this, don't ask. Don't ask. Listen. If many of you don't think that PastorDowell knows that behind the scenes, I know that you are talking to these foolish, clamorous women, and these women, they get their emotions and everything going and stuff. And man, I know what's going on. I know the heart of a man, regardless of the rules, the guidelines, the traditions, the righteous way that we show you. Many of you, you're so prideful. You're so arrogant. You're so egotistical. You're so self-willed. You don't believe that the eyes of Yahweh sees everything. And you don't think that he communicates with men of Yah today. Some of you out there are running dirty. You are literally running dirty. And you don't think that I know. You don't think that the elders know. It's a sad, sad situation. Why do you think we've had a couple of wicked men depart from the ministry this past dead season? Out of 3 of them, 2 of them is because secretly behind the scenes they were running dirty. Listen, in today's world, it is extremely hard to maintain just one family. And if you can't even maintain one family, how in the hell can you maintain an additional one? Because I'm telling you, taking care of people is expensive. Providing for people is expensive. You know how I know that? It's amazing, huh? First of all, I'm the community head here at Straightway in Tennessee. Not only that, I am not now, we're going on 10 communities this year. 10 total communities that I oversee. And you don't think I know what's going on, what it requires? I just don't get it. It's nonsensical. It makes no sense to me at all. Just because it's lawful for you to be able to have your right to have another child does not mean it's expedient. It does not mean it's necessary. I mean, let's just go back in Torah. All right? We all know that a woman is supposed to be taken care of from cradle to grave. Is that right? Do we know that? Do we know that? All right? Now, the way things is supposed to work is that a woman is under the authority of her father until she goes up under the covering of her husband. Now, we know that that's not the construct today that the Europeans have given us. It's a wreck. It's a mess that we see out here. So what do we have now? So some way, somehow, in the restoration of all this, some man has to be the authority over a woman. A woman just can't be running around here carte blanche, doing whatever the hell she wants. A woman is always supposed to be under some type of an authority. That's the reason why that I take authority over the women that are here on this community. I do. The single women here on this community. All right? And I've got a lot of people There's a lot of people that are interested in the daughters of Zion here at Straightway. But you ain't getting them. You are not getting them. I mean, my own daughter, Erica. Okay? A lot of men was interested in Erica. A lot of men was interested in Erica. Look at the one who ended up with her. Look at his character. Look at his nature. Look at his self-determination. I mean, he's now community head up there in Straightway, Kentucky. This man's a go-getter, Elder Mitchell. Think about that for a second now. What if I, as the head, would have just ran along and gave Erica to just the first man that had a desire towards her? You know how much of a wreck her life would have been? There's no way I would have done that. No way whatsoever at all. And I might add that Erica and Elder Mitch did it right. You know how I know they did it right? Because I was highly involved in her life. You think about this for a second. Most of you don't even realize this. See, I remember when they were in their betrothal stage. Man, I can't even remember. It was a while. It was a long while before they got married. And see, and some of you, hasty in spirit. Hasty in spirit. Hasty in spirit. See, what you want to do is you want to run out there. I'm the man. And you think that you know allegedly everything that goes on because you see the end of something. You think that you're qualified to do the same damn thing. That's what you think. If a man can't provide for his own house, there's no way that you can provide for the house of Yah. If a man can't even rule his own house, you can't even rule the house of Yah. If a man don't even provide for his own house, the Bible says that this man is worse than an infidel. That's a non-believer. I had, and Mom Nellie, we both, and I would like to give the majority of the credit to Mother Nellie, because Mother Nellie, Mom Nellie did not play no games with her daughter. And you ask Erica, man, I mean, Mom Nellie she used to be, I mean, most of you ain't got that motherhood in it, because she used to be a tyrant on Erica. And I can't tell you how many times that myself and Erica would have plenty of conversations right here in his office. You know why? Because he trusts my judgment. And when I decided that I said as the father, I set Erica down and I said, there's a lot of men that would love to be able to cover you in this ministry, but I only see one that I would have confidence in, that I am confident in. And that was Elder Mitch. They had been betrothed for a little bit. Matter of fact, yeah. And then one time I went to Houston. I know I'm digressing here for a second. I remember one time I flew down to Houston. I ain't even tell Elder Mitch. I brought my daughter with me. And he seen me. Then he turns around and of course he's excited to see me. Then he turns around and sees Erica. He just throws his hands up like that. Why? Just took him down there to visit her betrothed. That's it. That's all I did. And then we spent the time we need to spend down there, and we flew right back. You understand what I'm saying? Do you comprehend what I'm saying? We just got finished seeing Will and Renee. They done it right. But it don't mean nothing to you. Most of you presume that you think you know what goes on with Pastor Dowell. But you got to ask yourself a question. And I don't mean to sound, what is the word I can use? Well, I'm just going to say it anyway, because you're going to believe what you want to believe. You have to ask yourself, are you even half the man that I am? And if you ain't even half the man that I am, just wipe the shit out of your mind. Just wipe it totally out. As the old saying go in the world, I think that a lot of men, they think with the little head rather than the big head, and they just literally not even interested in substance at all. At all. There's no way in hell that I got 2 young daughters of Zion here that I'm highly responsible for. There's no way in hell that I would let them young daughters of Zion marry some of you. Ain't no way in hell. Now, this is just a flat out truth. You're not doing nothing to develop your character. You ain't serious minded. You're not doing nothing to provide. You ain't submitting to nothing. It's just you ain't qualified. And then all you old heads out there. Because we have quite a few polygynous families in the ministry that these young men are in their 30s. 30s. But I told y'all, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to make it real plain. If you go out there and you go do your own thing without our counsel, which I can't understand why you would do that in the first place when you see the example sitting right in front of you. I just don't understand it. Prior to Elder Mitchell, I'm digressing again, finally marrying Erica, he'll tell you, I sit him down and had long talks with him. I had long talks with her. Myself, Mother Carol, Mother Nellie, Mama Nellie, we prepared her for marriage. Now, that doesn't mean that she was the perfect wife starting off. No, because she still got to grow because it's a brand new experience. At least the foundation was laid. What are some of you men are doing? What are you doing? I talked with Elder Mitch last night, and I think Abigail is almost 5 years old now, maybe somewhere along there. Or she's getting close. 4, I think she's 4, but man, them years go by fast. He told me flat out, me and Erica, we are preparing her and going to prepare her. It doesn't make no difference if the man that we have confidence for her to be married to, if he already has one wife, it makes no difference. We're 100% in this, but we are going to teach her how to be an Ashiah. We're going to teach her how to do that. How many men you know talking about that? Huh? Some of you ain't got a lick of discernment. None whatsoever at all. I think I'm rambling and saying all this morning to say this. Listen, if you go out there and you go do things your own way, you get into something. You didn't involve me. Don't ask me to get out of it because from the very beginning, I told you, there's been many other cats out there. You ought to hear the horror stories we have to deal with. I'll give you a couple examples. Brother Leslie, who's no longer in the ministry, going out there getting women, humbling them, and then when he can't handle the pressure, he discards them and then try to put curses on them. And he don't seek counsel of none of us, and none of them so-called women that he's done humbled. First, they're all systemic. None of them, they don't want to tell none of them about the ministry and me. Because then they'll get to hearing what I got to say. They'll do the investigation. They'll go, wait a minute now. This ain't what you preaching to. See, they got to run dirty. Why? Because they don't want women today to have oversight and have father figures, because men ultimately, in their wicked, unregenerated nature, are deceivers. And women are gullible. We think on 2 different wavelengths. It is sad what I see going on today. Why wouldn't anybody want to follow this example? I don't get it. It just don't make no sense to me. Nonsensical. I know one thing, though. As I continue to go on, I got it right. And I want you all to answer me a question. Name me another man in this world that you know that knows this subject of biblical marriage and the lifestyle of it better than I do. Just because somebody writes a damn book. I mean, Dr. Luck, William Luck, I know him. I mean, I talked to him. I ain't talked to him in a while, but I used to talk to him all the time on the phone. This man wrote real good concerning biblical marriage, but he don't participate in it. He's not part of it. He just writes about it. So therefore, his experience is limited. This stuff of having another woman and you ain't even a responsible man yourself. Broke niggas. Just broke niggas. I'm just going to tell it like it is. And broke men. Every time you get into a relationship, you always point the finger at somebody else. It ain't never you, it's them, right? Right? Sad, sad, sad. Listen, women of Israel, if any man in this ministry comes to you and try to make themselves known to you without going through the community heads or the heads of the home fellowship, you come, make sure you get the message directly to me. I'm only doing this for your protection. That's only, but if you don't want to be protected, then go ahead and do whatever the hell you want to do. But don't ask me or the elders for no counsel, no help. I ain't got nothing for you. Nothing for you. Nothing at all. See, one minute you want to be Israel, but then you want to act like you got the freedom and liberty of these wicked-ass Gentiles. But in the next minute, you want to be the Gentiles, but then you want Israel's judgment. But then the next minute, you don't want Israel's judgment when you're acting like a Gentile, but you want to be Israel. I don't even want to hear. You know what? I done talked enough on this. I think you got the picture, though. I think you got the picture. It's just sad. That's what I see. I see it literally sad. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. Like I did that video, that you don't see young men looking at older women. I'm talking about 20 years older, 20 and 30 years old. You don't see young men looking at old women to get married to. They don't. They literally don't do that. But you can look everywhere. Everywhere I go, I see it all the time. I see older men married to younger women. You know the reason why? Because the younger women, even though they're young, they know security, they know strength, they know wisdom, they know honor when they see it. Because they're built on security. They don't want to sit up there and struggle like a lot of folks is, simply because you just really won't pull yourself up by your own damn bootstraps and just lead by example, man. Being a man, a real man, is hard ass work. It really is. And some of you just simply ain't cut out and ain't qualified for it. Daughters of Zion, remember, if you want to be safe in this, and you want a good life without a bunch of pain and suffering, you do good to get up under the authority and headship of a man that can be a father figure in your life, lead you, teach you, and guide you. Because these folks, I'm telling you, you want to end up like the monogamous society of the Gentiles out there, all jacked up, then keep that mindset, do whatever the hell you want to do. But I'm telling you, Straightway is serious about not getting involved in these little covenants that y'all put together without our counsel. I ain't in it. I'm not in it, and you ain't getting me in it either. Nothing personal, just facts.